What's going on, everybody? I'm Cade Morehouse with Cade Side Press. Today I am joined by the one and only Killer Gorilla, Jared Cannonier. Jared, how's it going, man?
It's going good, Cade, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, man.
Good.
Hey, beautiful facility here at the lab, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I think we've been here like 3-4 years, and a lot of growth has gone in between these walls. We're actually expanding to 50 yards away over there to another building. So we're going to have this building over here, and we're going to have another more secluded area for the mad science to go on at the MMA Lab.
Right in the same
right in the same there, right over there. Yeah.
Nice.
Other mothers has moved out, so we're going to be right where they were.
Oh, beautiful. What about this culture, John Crouch, this gym, every being here makes you a better, not only person, but a fighter?
I think it's the collective contribution. It's a collective contribution. You're right. I think Crouch has set the the tempo, the atmosphere in which we all grow in, and then we contribute to that atmosphere. So all the fighters that have come through the walls, everybody who comes and just trains, all the guys who compete competitive jiu-jitsu, people who just want to work out, they all contribute to the energy of come in, work hard, you know what I mean, be a part of the community. It's a community here, you know what I'm saying? We're all friends, we're all family, we're all going to look out for each other. And for me, it just puts my mind at ease so I can come in here and do what I need to do so I can get the most out of it, you know, train with some of the best martial artists in the world, and trained at the best program I've ever been a part of. When I first got the taste of this program, I knew for sure that this program could make me a champion. That was 2014, 2015, and I ain't looked back since. I still believe that is true, and I'm still growing. Even being at being at this stage in my career, so I feel like the light at the end of the tunnel is so far away I can't even see it.
Let's talk about your growth for a minute, because it was like you fought the champion Adesanya, it didn't go your way. Then you come back, you fight Sean Strickland, you get the win on the scorecards, and then you have a dominant performance against a guy like Marvin Vettori. I don't even think Adesanya did the damage to Vettori that you caused. Does that motivate you going into another fight with Adesanya in the future?
In a way it does, but it's just reassurance of the work that I've been doing. Ever since that Adesanya fight, there's been a few things that I wanted to change in my own approach in those fights that I have in the octagon. More output was one of them. And we can't just go in there and just be swinging for the fences, you know what I mean? Especially at this level. Some guy's going to counter, somebody's going to catch. Something bad can happen just going in there with that sort of mindset. So being intelligent with my approach, being more tactical, being more technical, and still at the same time upping my output, increasing my output, doing more, staying busy throughout that whole 5-minute fight. Not taking any time off because, you know, I may be tired or fatigued. Making sure that doesn't happen because of the work we do here at the lab. You know what I mean? My conditioning is top notch. It's only getting better. So yeah, the growth has been, for me, it's been exponential in the last year. So I'm really happy with the progress I've made, and I'm going to keep building on it.
Does it bug you a little bit that you won the fight against Sean Strickland, and now he's going to get that title shot before you, after a performance against Marvin Vettori, where you just set the record for middleweight significant strikes landed in a fight?
No, I wouldn't say it. I'm disappointed, man. I think we all deserve a shot, you know. I'm not going to be like, I want his shot. That's his shot, you know. I got mine after I beat Brunson. So, no, I ain't going to, no hate towards him. It's not like he took my shot. It's not like they gave it to me and then gave it to him. It was his shot from the start. So, yeah, no, you know, that's his lane. He's staying in his lane. He's doing what he got to do to get his paycheck, get the fights that he wants. So, good for him. I'm glad everybody gets at least a shot, you know. Whether the world sees them as deserving or not, us as fighters, I think we all deserve a nice little paycheck.
Now, Jared, you got asked about Khamzat after your last fight, and after such a great performance, I could tell it kind of bugged you that you got asked about Khamzat a little bit. I'm not going to ask you about Khamzat today because he hasn't even had a middleweight. He hasn't had a middleweight fight yet. But what is next for you at middleweight?
I have no idea. Hopefully a contenders match is what I want. You know, or I mean, I want hopefully the championship match. If I can't get that, I want a contenders match. But I'm not gonna shut the door on any old fight. I get paid pretty good, so I don't mind going in there and whooping somebody's ass for my contracted paycheck. So yeah, man, I don't mind fighting somebody lower in the rankings for the same amount that I would get fighting the contender. At this stage, at this point in my life, point in my career right now. A few months ago, I was more like I want to get the title. But I love to fight. You know, I'm just happy that I'm here. I'm happy that I progressed to the point to the ranking that I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm happy my name is in the title picture. But I'm not going to be fixated on getting that next title shot. I don't want to be too fixated on it. I want to be more fixated on developing myself as a fighter. So when that shot does come, because it's going to come, I'm going to be more than ready to take the title next time.
Well, I told you I wasn't going to ask about Khamzat, but you begged me. So what are your thoughts on Khamzat?
Well, I don't necessarily have any personal thoughts on him. I just, seen the fights that he's had. He's a pretty good fighter, a really good fighter, and very popular in the MMA community. And the MMA brass have really high hopes for him. So, with that being said, when I was asked about him, I had just fought the number 3 ranked guy. I'm thinking, okay, now it's time for the title. So when they asked me about him, I was thinking, okay, man, does that fight give me the title shot? That was my answer to the question that they asked, right? And it's the same still, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I love to fight him. I love to fight them all. I want to fight them all. So this is why my thought process has somewhat shifted. Not being too fixated on the title, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to fight the top-ranked guys for just to be fighting them. You know what I mean? If you're going to give me a top-ranked guy, I need, because I'm a top-ranked guy. Exactly. If I'm going to fight another top-ranked guy, it needs to be to get to that title. Other than that, you can give me a top 10 ranked guy and I'll fight them for my money, you know what I mean? Or a top, whatever. Anyway, the title. We want the title. But I'll fight whoever. I ain't scared of none of these people. I ain't running away from nobody. The worst they can do is beat me. So I'm ready to go in there and put that on the line for, to get what I need, to get what I want.
Well, now that we're on the subject of the title, before I get into my next subject, now that you've been in there with a guy like Adesanya, if he gets past Strickland, right, and let's say you get the next title shot against him, you've felt that moment now. So next time going in there, do you think you'll be a lot more comfortable knowing what he has to offer and that you've already been in that moment? So now you've already felt what that's like. So the second time around might be a little bit easier for you.
I mean, yeah, it's easy to make that assumption. But, Israel's a champion, you know what I mean? We saw what he did against Pajeda. He did similar. It was similar, right? It was kind of the same. But he came out on top, right? But with a guy who fights at that caliber, with a camp of that caliber behind him, you can't expect them to come in there and just do what they did the last fight, because nobody was satisfied with that result, right? Except for him, he got his paychecks and all that shit. But with that being said, same goes for me. You shouldn't expect the same thing out of me. Nobody should. So my next fight, don't expect what you've seen against Vittoria. If you're gonna expect anything, expect better. You know what I'm saying? So that's that.
I got one more question for you, then I'll give you a couple more just fun questions that will just be random questions. But you fought at heavyweight, light heavyweight, now you're at middleweight. How has that transition been for you going to each weight class, and is this the most comfortable you've ever felt as a fighter at 185?
I'll answer the last question first. Yes, this is the most comfortable I felt. I just feel more athletic. I feel primed and ready. You know what I mean? Strongest I've ever been. I'm only getting better. I'm only getting stronger. I'm more conscious of my body, so I'm able to dial in on certain things and make the adjustments I need to make that part of my body better or this part of my body better. So yeah, as far as the transition from up there to down to here and now, I would say my transition from heavyweight to light heavyweight was more of a conscious decision. You know, those guys are huge up there. You know, I've never been, I'm not now, I never was a natural heavyweight. I was only an undisciplined heavyweight. So even though I was eating a lot of comfortable food, I was not as comfortable fighting at that weight. I mean, I was comfortable fighting, you know, but to give myself, you know, to complement my career more, that weight class change was a necessity. Now my drop from light heavyweight to middleweight was more of a consequence of me moving down here to the MMA Lab, throwing myself into the program, doing what I seen the champion Henderson does, doing what I seen all the other people who trains on on our elite team does, and try to do it better. You know what I mean? Try to use that knowledge and make it better and make it my own and make myself better through it all. So that drop from light heavyweight to middleweight was just a consequence of the work I was putting in here. I was weighing in my last fight, which didn't go my way, against Dominic Reyes at 205. I was weighing 202, you know what I'm saying? I was weighing 202 pounds showing up to fight week for a fight, you know, for a light heavyweight fight.
Okay.
So I need to, what's the word? Decrease that size discrepancy we would have and level the playing field here at middleweight for me. And that's where we're at. We're on level playing field here now.
How'd you get the name Killer Gorilla?
My good friend Joe Murphy gave me that name. Yep, I was. We were in Alaska. I know him from Alaska. He was stationed up there with the Air Force, and I moved up there to work for the FAA, and we started training around the same time. I like gorillas. I was looking for a name because I was getting ready to fight, and he mentioned the Killer Gorilla. After a little bit of research, I said I like it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Favorite post-fight meal?
Post-fight meal? I would have to say fish, and not just any old fish. It has to be. I like going to if a Thai restaurant. If there's a Thai restaurant, I can't remember the name of the dish they have, but it's in like a sour, citrusy soup base, but they have like a fish. I had it in Copenhagen where they had the whole fish. It was a bass, but I had it also in Vegas where it was a Chilean bass fillet in this Thai soup based thing, and it's really good. And after I've had those meals post workout, I did spectacular in my performances. It was once against Jack Hermanson and the other against this last fight, Vittori.
Nice. So it's like a good luck charm.
Oh, I'm looking for Thai restaurants. Yeah, everywhere I go.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? I can't necessarily say I have a favorite movie.
You have a favorite show? Do you have a favorite anything?
Attack on Titan is definitely my favorite show right now.
Nice. Favorite submission?
Favorite submission? TKL to punches. Tap out to punches. That's what I like. I want to see you tap to punches.
What is the most memorable fight in your career, or your favorite fight?
Anderson Silva. It was memorable because of the way the crowd reacted, and I thought I was just gangster in the way I reacted to the crowd's reaction. Brazil was really nice. Rio was really nice. I fought the legend there, and it went perfectly for me. Went just as planned. That's one of those fights. Not too many fights go according to the game plan, and that fight went according to the game plan. So that would have to be it.
My last question for you. You have a teammate by the name of Sean O'Malley who just knocked out Aljamain Sterling, proved all the doubters wrong. He is now the bantamweight champion. What do you have to say to him? And how happy was he when he walked through these doors the other day?
How happy was he?
Yeah.
He was regular old Suge, you know. Same old Suge we always know and see, you know, nothing new or different about him. But I had already told him what I wanted to say to him when I saw him that day. It was just a beautiful thing to behold, to see somebody who I've interacted with. We don't train too often. Of course, the size of scripts. I was a heavyweight when I came here, of course, but we have worked a little bit before. I respect him a lot. I respect all the people who we work with, Tim and Tank. We all work together. They're all a part of the family here at the lab. You know what I'm saying? So it's a wonderful thing to see your family do things like that, great things like that, especially doing it in the manner in which he did it, you know what I mean? On top of that, the energy I felt, I can't imagine how he felt just being there, holding that belt, getting it wrapped around his waist, you know what I'm saying? That whole experience, I won fights and it's just a wonderful thing going through that whole thing, but winning that title is a step above, you know what I mean? So I was just like, I can feel it too, but it's not the same. I gotta make it happen myself. So I'm on my way.
Jared, thank you for this interview. The last 30 seconds are yours. You want to give any shout outs, tell the people where they can find you, or anything else you want to say?
If you guys want to find me on social media, of course, you can look me up, Killer Gorilla MMA. I'm on Instagram. That's about it. Other than that, I can't really think of anything else to say except for the best is yet to come. So buckle up.
The Killer Gorilla, Jared Cannonier, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Jared.
Thank you, Cade.